kind introduction. Greetings to the Chair, Deputy Chair, Program Director, the BBCBE team, members, and everyone attending today. It's really an honor and a privilege to be able to speak to you guys today. I'm just going to get up my slides in the meantime while I talk to you through this. So like mentioned, my name is Nolan Pillay. So I come from a life of poverty to the CEO and founder of my company, which is called Straight Talk with Nolan. I've also had the privilege of being an IT SAP specialist for many years of my life, like 25 years, until I realized that there's much more to life, and that's living a life of purpose. Now, I know a lot of the speakers, I'm so thankful and grateful to Professor Marwala early on as well. A lot of the points he touched on really resonates so much with myself and what I'm going to be talking to you guys about, especially around mindset and our youth, right? So let's be honest. A lot of us are speaking about our youth and youth unemployment in such a massive way, which is really a fair point. But are we taking the time to understand our youth and help groom our youth? Are we helping them from a mindset and a thought process point of view? Because with all of these qualities that we install in our youth, it will allow them to sustain themselves in a working environment or help them to become better entrepreneurs. And that should be really our goal. So I'm going to start off with just by showing you what the fourth industrial revolution is all about. We know it's about AI, robotics, etc. I've been exposed to this. I've been very exposed to big data and cloud technology as well. But when the youth of today get faced with something like this, what's the first thing that comes to mind? It's fear, right? Why is it fear? Is it fear because it's something new, or is it fear because we don't know how to take this on head on, or we're just scared of the challenges? Now, let's start off from here. It's not only fear that holds our youth back. Let's be honest, right? It's also the limiting beliefs that were installed in us. Many of times we know that people were told us that we were not good enough or we couldn't do this and that, but we have to remove this from our mindsets completely. Personally, I come from a conditioned mindset that said I was not good enough, but look at me today. I'm the CEO and founder of my own company because I removed myself from that condition. This idea about us playing victim mentality or the victim mindset needs to be, it's too old now. We need to forget about it and move forward stronger than ever. We all know what we've been through in our country, but we can't keep holding on to that. We need to think about how we're going to come out from this victim mindset and move forward. I can guarantee you there is no lack of opportunity. There's an immense amount of opportunity out there. We just need to look for that opportunity and move forward. If you tell me that we have problems with our mindset or our physical health, etc., I would tell you no, not at all. We all have the capabilities and the abilities to do certain things, but we just need to be groomed in the right way on how to do this. How about setting and achieving goals? How many of you youth out there today? And I would encourage you to take some notes as well as I speak, right? Make as many notes as possible. This is what I do when I go through my self-development programs. How many of you know how to set goals for yourself? And do you know how to achieve these goals? Do you understand how goals work? So these are things that we weren't taught, especially myself growing up, and I'm now here to share this information. Now, the question that we ask is, are our youth ready to take on the fourth industrial revolution? And I would say yes, but we really need to groom our youth. We really need to work with our youth and grow them in this area. How do we achieve this? Think about helping the youth to find their purpose and their potential. A lot of you guys, I see it when I speak at the universities or schools. You have so much of potential. I have so much of belief in this generation. It's unbelievable. But why should we only just have the belief and not do anything about it? We need to help you guys along this, right? If you think of coming from a mindset of scarcity, we all come from this mindset where we didn't have enough when we were growing up. But should we stay stuck in there? What about all these innovative ideas that we always think about, that we dream about, all these exciting projects that you guys have in mind? Why not go ahead and tackle it? Why? Because we still have this mindset of scarcity. We're scared to go out and do it. And when fear comes in, it leads us to become very anxious. Anxiety kicks in. That leads us to make very poor decisions. And when we make poor decisions, we have bad outcomes, and that's negative outcomes. Now, I want you to think about abundance. Imagine if you changed your thinking around and now have a mindset of abundance where the possibilities are endless and start thinking big. Imagine what a difference it would make to your life out there. Now, with abundance comes a starting point, and that's is gratitude. Many of us don't know how to even practice gratitude, but if we are just grateful for the technologies that we have, and I can guarantee you with the youth of today, we did not have computers, we did not have the internet, etc. But you have all of these opportunities. So be grateful for that. And with the gratitude is going to come your peaceful mind. When you have a mindset of peacefulness, you're going to become a creative and an innovative thinker. And that's what we want. And I know I've seen this out with you guys. I believe in you and I know you can do it. That would lead us to have very positive outcomes in our country and in our world as well. Now, how do we start this? I'm going to go through 6 steps with you. I'm going to go through it very quickly because I know I've got a time limit. So the first thing I want you to do is think of your vision. But I just don't want you to think of a normal vision. I want you to think bold. Think bigger than that. Remember, it's very easy to solve bigger problems than small problems. We don't want that, right? So with bold vision, you need to focus on a problem that's going to help the masses out there. Let's look at South Africa, for example. All of the things that you want to fix may seem impossible to achieve, but trust me, you can achieve it. Think about infrastructure, our roads. Professor Marwala touched on the potholes, etc. Think about if you can find a solution to fix our pothole problem permanently. What a massive plus that is for our country and for our neighboring countries as well. So you need to start thinking bold. And when you find your bold vision, reflect on that current problem that we have, right? And ask yourself the question, what are the biggest problems that are facing humanity today? And ask yourself, secondly, is will your bold vision help 1 million people or even a billion people? And if you answer to it as yes, you are on the right path. So for example, my world issues that I'm obsessed with is helping people from a mindset and thought process, and also helping you with technology versus humanity. Do we want technology to overtake our lives? We have been in control of technology all this time. We don't want it now to come in and overtake us. So we need to use it to our benefit. So how do I plan on solving the mindset problem? Very simple. I want to transform 1 million lives in Africa, starting with our teens and young adults by enhancing their mindset and thought process through our coaching and personal mastery programs. Whoa, you may think, right? Really bold vision? Absolutely. Do you know how much of that 1 million lives I have touched so far? Just under 200. And I know I'm going to achieve the 1 million. Why? Because I'm not focused on how it's going to get done. I'm worried about why I want to do this. Why do I want to restore humanity? And why using the 4IR to our advantage? So I'm a bold thinker. And when I'm thinking bold, I'm asking the right questions, right? So focus always on the right questions that you need to ask people. Always start with the beginner's mindset. It will help you on your journey. And surround yourself with people from different industries. Allow them to start challenging the way that you actually think. So what is the big problem that you want to solve? Think about it and make a note of it in your journals or your diaries. Mine is enhancing the mindset and thought process of people. What are the right questions do I need to ask? One, why do I want to improve the mindsets and thinking of people? Why do I focus so much on the youth? Why are you important to us? Is this going to benefit you? How will this help boost our economy? So when you start asking the right questions, you start getting the right answers as well. Okay, so the second thing is root causes. How many of you out there are chasing symptoms rather than digging deep into your minds and finding the root cause of a problem? Because most ideas and innovations do fail because we just want to solve the symptoms of it. So bold thinking requires you to do the opposite and look at the underlying factors. So when I ask myself the question, am I solving the root cause or symptom of a problem? It's more the root cause, right? Because the issues that we face is more country focused or more continent focused, right? In my opinion, there's so little being done to educate the masses. And I'm not talking education only from a schooling perspective. I'm talking education from a mindset and a thought process. If you look at entrepreneurs out there, how many of them are going into business, but they're jumping from one startup to the next? Why? Because they're not following their passion and their purpose. They just want to make a quick buck overnight and they go into that business. But how long will that sustain them? So I want you to stop worrying about how you're going to achieve your dreams or this innovative ideas and focus on why you want to do it. The impact here is really massive. So when we talk about disrupting, we want to disrupt with crazy ideas. And trust me, when people say that your idea is crazy, they most probably think that you are crazy. But as long as you know you are on the right path, you are disrupting with crazy ideas. Think about the airplanes. When the Wright brothers initially started this, people were thinking they were insane, but look at where it has grown today. Imagine where we have come from the days of the chalkboard, where we used to write on this blackboard, and today we are using computers. So we have grown, right? So also understand which industries you want to disrupt. For me, it's all industries because I am improving human consciousness. And what technologies would I look at to grow the business that I am in? Any online tool or learner management system, gamifying. But most important to me is this face-to-face interaction. We may not be in a room together now, but we're on Zoom and we are connecting, and that's more important. That human connection must not fail us. The third one is once you have your bold vision, I want you to be obsessed with your bold vision. Be obsessed so much that it allows you to get out of bed every single day knowing that you are going to go out there and make a difference. So obsession is what's going to drive great entrepreneurs to turn their dreams into realities. So 2 years ago, 2019, I quit the corporate world because I had been through some inhumane behavior. A year after I had quit the corporate world, this was me impacting lives. Was I taught this? No. All I did is focus on self development, and I realized I've got all of this information. Why do I need to hoard this information when I can expose it out there and help as many people as possible to become better at themselves? So become obsessed with your bold vision. And the fourth one is visualization. If you think visualization, looking at vision boards, is something of the past, absolutely not. There's a different factor to it now, right? So obsession alone is not going to solve our big problem. We need to visualize our future. So this is my vision board that I did about a year and a half ago. At the bottom, you'll see it's my community skills village, which is still in a plan. But if I don't have this mental image of this community skill village, it's not going to happen. Likewise with you, if you don't have this mental image of what you want to create, how are you going to create it? You need to start seeing this on a daily basis, put it up onto your wall. The picture on the above is me talking to thousands of people. I've started that process already, but if I didn't start imagining this and visualizing it, I wouldn't have reached the stage. The book, I've never done a book in myself. I'm not an author, but I wrote a book in 3 weeks on my COVID journey that I experienced in January, a life and death situation. But I've created this book now, I've written this book because I want to impact lives out there. So my visualization as to where we are all human again, people are consciously aware of themselves and everything that happens around them. And any obstacles that we may face, it must be easier for us to overcome. Imagine a world where there's no race, religion, culture issues, etc., where we all are one working to a better earth. Imagine what a beautiful place it would be. And then I want to talk about leadership. How many of you out there can pinpoint an authentic leader in our country? Let's start here. There's not many, right? So when we talk about authentic leaders, I want to talk to a leader who's genuine, somebody who's able to speak their truth and not hide away from it, somebody who I can trust, somebody who's transparent, somebody who includes me in a conversation, that's compassionate towards our society, towards our community, that's accountable, that has this transformation in their mind. These are true leaders that we out there, because great leaders ignite this passion for the team to follow their obsessions. So when I have a bold vision and I take it to my team, I want them to see my vision. I want them to see and understand who I am and how much of an impact we all working together can make out there. So learn to speak your truth. Be you. Don't try and be anyone else. Look at what social media has done to our youth of today. Social media has created this filter system where people are going online and changing the way they look. Why? Because they feel they're not good enough. I can tell you, you are good enough. You really are good enough. You need to start believing in yourself and understanding yourself. So follow it always with your purpose, your values. Your values are so important. Where we have come from carries such fundamental values that we don't want to lose track of. I don't want you to lose track of that as well. And remember, when you have this bold vision, we can't do everything on our own, right? So we got to pick together a team. And when you're picking a team, pick a team that believes in your vision, a team that wants to work with you to leave this legacy, and also people that are experts in the field, especially amongst our youth. You are not an expert in everything that you do at the moment, right? Because you're starting off your life. So pick on people that have been through this journey, somebody who you can pick their brain and get ideas from. Somebody who's ready to challenge you. So I would challenge you in whatever you're doing. Somebody who can motivate you, apart from you being self-motivated, but work with people that can guide you and help you along this. And also, cultural fit is very important. Respect is something we've lost as a country, right? Look at all the issues we're facing at the moment. Do we respect each other enough? No. We need to start learning how to respect each other. So write down your biggest talents. When you look at your bold vision, write down what your biggest talents are, what skills you have, and start from there. Write down what you're good at. We all are good at something, right? So for example, I'm not good at sales and marketing, but I'm writing it down because it means in my team, I need to get somebody who's good at sales and marketing. Like I said, we can't do everything on our own. And then once you have your bold vision, I want you to create an intention statement for yourself. So if you don't know what an intention statement is, it's basically putting it out there of what you want to do. And with intentions, it gives us more clarity of what this mental image is in our mind, but it's now written down. Now, when we start planting the seeds towards what we want to do and water it on a daily basis with these wonderful ideas, watch how this starts to grow because you have taken some action towards it. So this was my intention that I mentioned early on. And why is this important to me? Because I want to unite people in Africa. I want to create this spirit of Ubuntu, which we seem to lack. We think we have it, but trust me, we don't have it. We need to reinvigorate this. I want to create authentic leaders out there. And you guys, the youth of today, you have so much of authenticity in you. I know you can make a difference to our country and the world. I want to create a united country, a country now that can collaborate with other countries and help build each other up as well. So linked to my intention is all my values. What's important to me? Humanity, transformation, authenticity, connectedness, me talking to you, guiding you, and also envisioning the future as well. So I got to link all of this to my intention. And I create these self-supporting beliefs for myself. Like I am a positive, bold, and audacious speaker and coach. You can hear it in my voice. I'm so excited to be speaking to you guys today because I want to get the message out there that you are not alone. I want to live in abundance of peace, love, and happiness. And of course, financial wealth as well. I'm blissful. I'm contributing to the betterment of humanity. You know what a good feeling it is when I make a difference to someone's life and they tell me, Nolan, you have added value to my life. I feel so good at heart, right? I'm adding massive value to people's lives on a daily basis. Now, Henry Ford said this very nicely. Whether you believe you can or believe you can't, you're right. So the choice is really up to you. So this is my lifeline. If you think that I've just become a CEO overnight, you're wrong. Where I started off was as a petrol attendant. I was a Bowser boy back in the 1988 or 87s and stuff like that. That was my first job, filling petrol in people's cars. I failed my metric. I'm not ashamed to tell you that because I'm being authentically me. I want you to recognize me for who I am and how far I've grown. So you look at the bottom part of this graph, you'll see those are all my downhills. But whenever there was a downhill, I was still looking up and I was venturing and getting better at myself. I was growing, I was maturing. In 2002, my dad passed away. It was a major slump for me, but I had to pick myself up quickly again. I started my company, Straight Talk with Nolan, in 2015, but I didn't do anything with it because I was too comfortable in a corporate world. I was traveling twice a month internationally. I was getting paid a good salary. Why do I need to change? Until I went through this inhumane behavior. I was unemployed for about 18 months. I went into bankruptcy and I've started building myself again. So the reason why I'm showing you this is not to impress you with my journey, it's to impress upon you that no matter where you are now, life does not have to end where you are. You can do so much more better with your life. So that is why I'm proudly showing you my journey. And my attitude was always right. I had a good attitude. Whatever opportunities came across, I jumped on it, I took it on, and I respected myself on this journey. So what do we need to do in order to take on the fourth industrial revolution? We need creative and critical thinkers. Professor Marwala touched on critical thinkers as well. We need these thinkers. We need to groom you guys into becoming better thinkers, innovative thinkers. We need to teach you how you can solve complex problems. People management is one of the most important things. We need not forget that we are human and we need to treat each other so. So how do we manage ourselves? How do we manage our emotional intelligence? Do you believe that you are good enough? If you don't, I want you to start believing this, that yes, you are good enough. You have the potential within yourself. You have this unlimited potential. You just need to unleash it. You need to understand how to do it. We want to help you to transform your mindset. And also, when it comes to knowledge and capabilities to perform specialized tasks, I come from an IT background. I know about drone technology. I know about artificial intelligence, etc. You need to groom yourself to be a specialist in these tasks. We need you, right? Our youth, together with our experience and knowledge. We really do. We need to shape the fourth industrial revolution to work for us. It's in our hands, and we have the abilities and we have the potential to work together with us to grow. So the time for talking is over. We need action takers. We have a lot of big talkers out there that speak about what we need to do with our youth, etc. But we need to take action so that we can work together with you. So you need to find that place inside yourself where nothing is impossible. So that's me up Mount Kilimanjaro. I've never done it in my life, but because I believed in myself, I climbed this mountain. Why? Because my why was more important to me. And the why was to raise funds so that we can purchase sanitary pads for girls in rural areas to have access to sanitary pads, something that should be their right and not something they should have to pay for. Okay, so entrepreneurship is really about finding easy solutions. It's not about finding easy solutions, sorry. It's about finding something really unique. Think about Elon Musk and think about the computers, for example. Think about Zoom. Who created this? Somebody had to come up with an innovative idea, right? So use yourself to come up with these innovative ideas and find that something unique. I'd like to thank you for your time. If you want to stay connected with me, you can find me on social media. My handle is Straight Talk with Nolan. I have a Facebook page as well, which is called Building Our Nation. And I look forward to connecting with every single one of you and helping you to grow as a person. So be the best version of yourself. Thank you.